Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. So in our last video, we worked on the cabinet, getting all the paint off, getting the body work done, and getting that ready for primer. In today's video, we're going to do the same thing on the head. So we're going to be getting that all ready, sanded down, get all the paint off, get it filled with Bondo, and getting that ready for primer as well. So let's get started. All right, so just taking a closer look at the head before we start the body work. So you can see the back of the cabinet, got some staining, got a lot of wood planking, paint chipping and falling off. We got this big delamination here on the top where there's probably water that's got on top of the cabinet here, causing the plywood to split and delaminate. So we have to get that fixed. Sides. Just a quick walk around here. So that's kind of our starting point. So first step is to get all this old paint off and get it down to the bare wood so you can see what's underneath the paint, because you never know what surprises lurk under once you get the paint off. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started sanding. All right, we're going to be using our Festool 150/5 sander, outfitted with 80 grit sandpaper. All right, just checking in here. So I was able to get all of the paint off the back of the head, and I was also able to get out all of the surface planking on the outside layer of veneer on the plywood. So looking in pretty good shape. There is some voids in the plywood. Some you can actually see that the factory had filled when they built this machine. So I'll be going over these, reskimming these with Bondo to get those all refilled. So we have a nice fresh fill on it so we don't have to worry about filler, old filler falling out. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. All right, let's check in and see where we're at. So I've completed all the sanding of the head, getting in all those nooks and crannies, trying to get as much paint off of the head as possible, get everything down to bare wood. Here's where that veneer damage was on top here. So I had to take that first layer of veneer off and a little bit into the layer below. You can kind of see here if I get a little closer how much I had to take off to get to good fresh wood there. So what I think actually happened here was at the factory there was a seam in the veneer and that seam just failed, because as I was taking it off, I could actually, there was like a sticky tape inside of the plywood, not a glue, but an actual like double-sided tape. I don't know if someone maybe put that in there at some point trying to fix it, or if it was from the factory, but there was definitely a seam in the veneer here, the exterior veneer. So got that all off. We'll have to skim that with Bondo, as well as get this old filler out in the plywood that's there from the factory as well. But just a quick walk around. Everything is looking really good. Again, got as much paint off as possible, especially on the exterior. Also did an interior sanding as well to get as much paint as possible off of the interior. Not too concerned about the interior. I did get at least a light sanding, especially in some of these corner spots, so that the new primer will adhere well. But yeah, looking good. There is a knot in the trim wood here from the factory, so I'll have to fill that. But other than that, the wood's pretty solid. Got some joinery that I'll have to fill and some nail holes, which is to be expected. This corner as well. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. So the next step on the head here is to Bondo all those nail holes. I'll also be Bondoing the nail holes in the back of the head as well, getting all the nail holes inside, staple holes, etc. filled up, so they're not visible once the new paint is on. But yeah, came out pretty good. I think we got a good solid foundation to fill, prime, and paint, and get this in like new condition again. All right, so here's where we're at. I'm going to move on to the Bondo and the next step here. All right, before I get Bondo mixed up, all I'm doing is just going through and getting any of the old, just using my hook tool, and just getting any of the old filler out. So I already got the filler out of here. I think all it was that they were using was joint compound, the same stuff you use for like drywall. So got all that out. I'm just going around looking for any spots. Got all the nail holes taken out, a little bit hiding in there. So just slowly picking it out, because I don't want to go through all the trouble of Bondoing this, priming it, and painting it, only for some old joint compound that they used at the factory. Sorry about the camera work. I don't want some old joint compound coming out and ruining my paint job. So, all right, I think I got it all, but I'll just give it a quick, once over, make sure I, found it all, and I'll go from there. The sun sets on another day. All right, let's check out where we're at. So I've got the second coat of Bondo on everything, and I'm just waiting for that coat to cure, and then we're going to give it a sanding. Fun. All right, so this morning came down to the shop and worked on the Bondo. Got that second coat of Bondo sanded, and you can see there's still a low spot after I sanded this with a plane. So you can kind of see right here is a low spot, so I got to get that touched up. But other than that, the rest of the cabinet's looking really good. Just do a quick walk around. Everything is all sanded. All the staple screw holes inside the cabinet have all been filled with Bondo and sanded. That little knot down here has all been filled and sanded. It's looking good. All the nail holes have been filled. All the joinery has been filled and sanded. So just gotta hit this one more time, Probably one more coat, light skim coat there will be enough to get that filled. All right, I'm gonna get to work and check back in a bit. All right, got that next coat of Bondo applied. Now I'm just gonna wait for it to cure. And then I'm gonna give this cabinet a final sanding, just touch up anything that needs to be touched up, give it a good once over, and then this will be ready for primer. All right, I just got that final coat of Bondo all sanded, so I'll just do a walk around of the head. So you can see all that veneer damage has been completely fixed. Nobody will ever know that there was any damage to that outside layer of veneer. All of the nail holes have been filled, screw holes, staple holes. All the joinery has been filled. It's looking really good. Not only the outside, but also the inside. So all the old screw holes, staple holes, etc. have all been filled, sanded, filled again and sanded. The only holes that I didn't fill were the holes for the power supply transformer cage and the holes for the hinge for the door. So I left those in place, but I'll be doing new boards in this head, so we'll be getting those rearranged in a new configuration once I get those in from Alltech. All right, so good stopping point for this video. If you're liking the video series, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share with a friend that may be interested in following along as well. Upcoming in the next video, I will be getting these into the paint booth. So I'll be basically blowing these off with my air gun, tacking them down with tack cloth, getting them in the paint booth and getting a first layer of primer on it. And then we'll go from there, getting these all primed and painted. I also got some stencils on the way from Pinball Pimp, and we'll be getting these stenciled as well. So something to look forward to in upcoming videos. All right, well, thanks everyone for watching. Have a great rest of your day.